You can never make me feel envy when I know deep down you feel empty. That's why you overcompensating. Your moves don't match what you be saying. I wanna stay but you be playing. How many times I gotta say this? What's up, gang? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janique. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you are a new subscriber, make sure you lock into my channel by clicking on that subscribe button and also by clicking on the notification bell. That way you don't miss an episode of anything that I do here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for trusting me with your content. Today I'm going to be talking about being the one that got away. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Let's go ahead and hop into our topic. I call myself the one that got away because a lot of these relationships that I was in, I was really deep into, and the other person just never saw an ending, which is the reason that things were going the way that they were going. So to be the one that actually leaves a person that is mistreating you, or to really be the one who exits the relationship first when the other person had no clue that it was going to end, it's like it's pretty big in somebody's life to be that one. So I know I'm the one that got away because my exes always come back. They always come back. Everybody is wanted by somebody. So, you know, when somebody reapproaches me after they messed up whatever the situation was that we had going on, you know, it depends on how we ended off if I'm gonna even entertain the conversation or not. But I have officially decided not to entertain the conversations anymore because the last time I did it, I really got a revelation, and I want to share it with you guys today. So I recently got a call from one of my exes who told me they were going to relocate to Houston, and they told me that they wanted to date and they want to, you know, be sexually active and stuff. Of course, you know, they want me to be their girlfriend again, and they want to move in together. And I told them, you know, first of all, this person had a whole plan for us. So I'm like, you made this plan without me. It's not like we left off on a bad note, but we didn't leave off on a good note, if y'all know what I mean. Like, it was a like, wow, that's you note. So it's like, you made this whole plan without me. Not only did you do that, you made it with the idea in mind that I'm that person that you met and I'm not her anymore. And I think that's what a lot of our exes don't understand. When they get out of the relationship, they choose to go on to other relationships. They choose to distract themselves with other, you know, sexual partners. They choose to distract themselves with dates, with, you know, vacations, sneaky links, you know, exes, and a list of other things, as opposed to choosing to focus on self-growth and self-healing like you did, or I did, you know. So it depends on who you are when the relationship ends. That depends on if you're going to be the one that got away or not. So I chose to, anytime I end a relationship anyway, I choose to focus on myself. That's all I be thinking, like, how am I going to improve myself? Not to be the one that got away, but to be the one that got away, if you understand what I'm saying. Because I can't, ultimately, I can't control how nobody sees me, right? I can put the idea up there. I can put the idea out there of how I want to be perceived by acting certain ways, but I can't make anybody see me a certain way. That's why people have haters and enemies. Like, I can't make everybody see me in a good light. So when people do reapproach me, I'm like, wow, I knew I was being seen in a good light anyway, but this person tried to gaslight me so much in a relationship that you kind of be like, okay, you got to reevaluate yourself after the relationship. You have to take inventory of everything you did and everything they did and see what you maybe could have done better. And if you couldn't have done anything better, then you know you were the one that got away. You know it's going to be eventually their loss. So this guy, when he was saying all this stuff, I'm laughing. I'm like, who created this plan without me? Like, you creating this plan without me, and my standards is higher than that. Like, I'm good on that. First of all, no sex until marriage, especially if you've had it before. Like that, it's even better that a person has had it before, because it's like you already know what you're getting. You already know what's up. So I'm top 2 and I'm not 2, so you already know that. So no, we're not doing that again ever before we get married. And it's like you've gathered enough information to be able to tell whether or not you want to take things to a higher level of commitment. If you didn't gather that information, why else are you back? People come back before they heal, which is more annoying, but they don't want you to forget about them so bad. So this guy is still unhealed. I could tell by what he was saying to me. And then, you know, one time he'll call me and say he wants to get married, and the next time he'll call me and say he just wants to be in a relationship for the rest of his life. He doesn't want to do marriage. And I'm like, You already know my standard. Why are you calling me? I'm not understanding. Like, this is not what I want. So this guy really said to me, y'all, and this is the reason that they come back. I want y'all to really hear what I'm about to say. This guy said to me, no man in the world is going to do that. No man in the world is going to be okay with not having sex until marriage, and no man is going to wife you up if you don't do what they need you to do. If you don't act like a wife, if you're not being wifey, he's not gonna wife. He said, if you're not being wifey, he is not gonna wife you up. Period. So you might as well wait on me. I'm like, did you call me to speak fear into my plans? Y'all not hearing me. He called me to speak fear into my plans. He called me to get the information that he wanted to get from me and speak fear into my plans. He wants me to live in fear. That way I settle for what he's trying to offer me. I need y'all to be aware of these exes and these people who are unhealed that try to come tap back into your energy. When you are chosen by God to be set apart, that's what you need to do. Be set apart. Okay, you say you don't know a man that's out there that does that. Good. I don't want nobody you know anyway. I'm looking for somebody that you don't even know. You ain't never even encountered. Y'all ain't never been in the same places. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anyone like you. So, you know what's crazy is when you answer the phone for a person, you really don't know what they're going to say. You don't know if they're going to be like, you know, I've really changed, and really be on the other end of the line really changed. Or you don't know if they just on the same old bull. And 9 times out of 10, they on the same old bull. So I was like, I'm not moving in with you until we get engaged. That's even more of a way to make sure that you're not going to have sex with him before the marriage. Just like, because if y'all living together and y'all not engaged, then you know, come on, 2 grown-ups living together, we know what y'all doing. Stop being funny. Like, stop being cute. So that's another way to ensure. So he's hearing these things. He's like, wow, I really would have to do what I say I'm going to do in order to get back into this. And that's going to run your narcissist off. I'm telling you, when you tell them your standards and you don't back down from them, they are going to retreat because they have no other choice. They have no tricks to deceive you. Being the one that got away, you're going to encounter this a lot. I had another ex who really, we had a bad end to our relationship, but he was stalking my TikTok, and I know he's doing that because you can see who viewed your profile on TikTok. So I'm like, this person did the craziest thing to me, and you are stalking my TikTok. And I clicked on his name because okay, so TikTok notifications, I don't know who checks those, but I maybe check them once every few weeks because they be piling up. So I was looking through them and I saw a name that looked like, you know, his business name. I was like, I know good and well this person ain't looking at me. I know this person ain't checking for me right now. Like, after what they did, I know they not. And I clicked on their page and I clicked immediately right off because I knew it was that person. I'm like, absolutely not. They be trying to, you know, scope you out and stuff. And I do not block my exes on social media. Unless I'm pissed in the moment, maybe I'll do it. But I normally don't like to keep them blocked because I want you to see what you're missing out on. See, I'm not posting for you, but if you get to enjoy the show, and then, because it's going to make you come back even quicker. You trying to check in, you trying to see who got you still looking good. Like, why are you still looking good? You're not with me. Why do you still look like you're surviving, you're thriving, you're enjoying your life, you're still chasing your goals without me? Like, why did your life not stop without me? That's what these people be thinking. They are delusional. So you have to be the one that gets away from these people who mean you no good. These people who are not ready to do the work, not ready to put in the work, don't have the energy to put in the work, can't even think of putting in the work. Stay away from those people. These people do nothing but waste your time. And God is so good. God will expose somebody to you immediately. So I could have one conversation with you, and by the end of the conversation, I have everything I need to know. Do you know this person kept asking me a bunch of personal questions? And be aware of something else as well. He kept asking me a lot of personal questions, trying to see what I was doing. He was asking me who I was seeing, if I was dating, if I was having sex with anyone, if I had been out with anyone, who am I talking to? He asked me so many personal questions, and my answer to every single one of them was, it's not your business. I had somewhere to go. He was like, where are you going? Like, stay on the phone. I was like, no, it's not your business where I'm going. You are trying to gather the information you need to plan your next attack on me. Absolutely not. I'm good. I have nothing for you. Nothing. Your little plan is never going to work out with me. I'm good on that. It's like, it's crazy to watch people realize their mistake, you know? And it's not that you're doing anything different from another person. It's not that you're more successful or anything like that. It's about your energy, ultimately. Because when energies link up, the right amount of energy or the right pairs of energies, when they link up, they are unstoppable. But when some people link up, of course, they're draining each other. But when some people link up and they're able to pour into each other, those people are unstoppable. You know, everybody who I've dated, they notice about me. I'm going to encourage you to go above and beyond 24/7. And when I realize you can't give me that same support, I'm out of there. I cannot have an unsupportive partner. So if you don't support my spirituality, my spiritual beliefs, you know, my beliefs on marriage and stuff like that, it will not work out anyway. A lot of my relationships was missing God. So that's what I require from now on. You know, I require a person to find God. These exes, these people in your past, you have to think about what they would have to get or attain in order to re-enter your life. And as long as you have that in your head, when they come back to let you know they want another chance, you know, you can know right then if you're going to still be the one that got away, because once you get away, you got to stay away, or if you're going to go ahead and go back to that person. It's based off what you think. Like, for instance, I told somebody, I was like, you would literally have to become a millionaire. If you become a millionaire, I'll give you another chance. Do you think this person is working to be a millionaire? Nope. You don't want me bad enough, because if you did, you would have went to go get it. Yes. So everybody else though, that person specifically would have to be a millionaire based on what he's done to me, a millionaire. And another person, everybody else would have to just find God. It's like, you come back and still don't have an ounce of God with you. You still rocking with the devil. You still on demon time. I hear it all in your voice. I hear your overtones. I hear the unhappiness when you speak to me. So I don't know about y'all, but I am done answering the phone for my exes. I'm going to be the one that got away, and I'm going to be the one that stay away. I'm going to keep working on myself, focusing on myself, and allowing these God-given interactions to enter my life, because, you know, a lot of people think that things should happen a certain way, and a lot of people think that things can only happen one way. You know, a lot of people ask me like, you should be networking where you're at, or try to get me to go out to meet new people and stuff like that. But I'm like, that's not how God, you know, intends for it to be. God, I don't see nowhere in the Bible where somebody showed up at the spot, showed up at a party or something like that to meet some other people. I see, you know, a lot where you would see Yahshua, he went and focused on himself. He went away from the crowd. He went to study. He went to pray. And he was just on his own path, his own journey, and people followed him. It's not about doing what everybody thinks you should be doing today in society. My timer went off. That's how I know I was saying something real. I do believe we're in the last days, but do I think it's going to stop with our generation? No. I've been seeing a lot of young people, you know, getting into God, and I love seeing it. I really love seeing it. And you could tell everybody is just waking up. And the more people we have that wake up, the higher the energy is going to be on this planet. And the people who choose to be on demon time, and the people who choose to dwell in negativity and toxicity, those people are going to be forced to make changes, or they're going to have to go to their side. You know, we attract so many different types of people, especially when you're attractive, like myself, of course. But there's a lot of people that I attract on a daily basis. Like, sometimes you don't even want to leave the house sometimes, because you're like, somebody's going to holler at me. When you look good, like, people are going to, especially when you have a high energy and people can see the God on you, which you can see, that it is a real thing. People are going to try to holler at you. Like, I get hollered at everywhere I go. And not only that, if I post online, you get what I'm saying? So it's just constantly getting attention. I'm not going to say it can be overwhelming, but it's like, I get this every day. Some days I don't want no attention. I want to sit in here. And I don't want to be approached, because it's like, people, their energy, they just don't be right, you know? And it's like, damn, I wish every day I could run into somebody who's seriously chasing God, but it's rare. Like, I never get to experience that. And if I do, it's like somebody, maybe they're married, you know, or maybe it's a female, and, you know, I don't get down like that. But it's like, man, that's what I'm looking for. Somebody who is chasing God. There's a list of other things too on my list, but somebody that's really chasing God. Because if you're chasing God, everything else on the list should be ticked. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the foundation. People try to wonder, like, what are you doing different? I'm chasing God. that allows me to keep my mental health in order, my physical health in order, that allows me to keep my appearance in order, my house in order, my bills in order, my income in order. It's a list of things that are in order because I chase God. And I have never been more attractive. I'm not even gonna lie, I have never been more attractive. And when you're attractive, people always think you got somebody. People always think you got somebody when you're attractive, but it's like, I want to have somebody, but it got to be the right person. And I just saw a meme about this. When you single, it said them people who've been single for a long time, like they leave on the first offense. And I'm one of those people because I'm protecting my peace. And when you single and you have truly gotten to know yourself, and people who don't heal will never understand this. When you truly get to know yourself, you know exactly what you're looking for. So when what you're not looking for appears, and tries to make themselves be the one that you're looking for, you can spot it out instantly and you're able to cut ties there. Don't let anybody make you believe that you are the person for them. Maybe you were just meant to meet me. Maybe you were not meant to experience me, and that's okay. And my computer just lit up, so I know I'm speaking that real right now. And I wish the men in my past can understand that. I wish anybody who I encounter can understand this. And I got another sign. I see a man walking right here. It's like, you're not always meant to hold on to me. Sometimes I'm only in your life for a season to teach you the lesson that I taught you and to exit. And until you really, conquer that lesson and learn from it and change your behavior, you'll keep experiencing that same experience you had with me. My computer is lighting up. You'll keep experiencing that same experience until you learn the lesson. You understand? Like, I'm just here to teach you. I'm here to pivot you into a spiritual awakening. That is it. That is it. When I have a conversation with somebody, 9 times out of 10, it is going to turn into a conversation about God. God has a way of working himself into every conversation that I have with somebody, and it just shows me how real he is. Because the old me, I would never be sitting right there talking about God throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Even considering having conversations like that with people that I'm seeing, I would be scared to even bring up religion to a person I'm seeing because I don't want them to think I'm overly religious or call me a Christian or anything like that. Because y'all know how people is. They're like, "Oh, you Christian?" I'm like, dang. Dang. No, I'm a believer. Relax. Like, relax. But, people judge you for being into God for real, and they think certain things about you when they don't understand, like, God is going to use anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm me. At the end of the day, I'm still me. Despite what you think a believer should look like, I'm me, and I believe. So that's one thing that I'm looking for in these relationships. And again, until I get what I'm looking for, I will be the one that got away for every guy I encounter, period. And you should think like that about yourself too, because every day you need to tell yourself, I am awesome. I am awesome. If you don't like the way you look, guess what? All you got to do is go to the gym and you can fix it. There's everything that is physically wrong with your appearance can be fixed 9 times out of 10 in the gym. Pray to God for the energy to get your body right. That's where it starts. That's how you be the one that got away anyway. Make sure your body right. Your finances is right. The looks is right. Your style is on point. What you talking about, you got some sense. And don't be one of those exes that be on the internet all day complaining about being single either. Okay? Because when you're not complaining about being single, they think you got somebody. Okay, that's the trick for them to think. Who cares what they think anyway? But they're going to think you got somebody when you're not complaining about being single all day. That's what makes them want to come back around. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you doing it with? What you got going on? Like, you just happy by yourself? That's weird. Literally, people say it. But yeah, I love being the one that got away. It just, and I try to not be prideful and I try to not be egotistical, but it really strokes my ego when people come back. And I think that they think, this is what people think about me. They think I'm so full of myself that what I want them to do is come back and kiss my behind. It's not what I want at all. I want you to come back and have changed your life. That's what I'm looking for. But since they think this about me, I don't know what impression I give people, but since they think this one thing about me, they come back and try to kiss my behind, or they try to, you know, flatter me or love bomb me because they think that's what my ego is looking for. And yeah, it strokes my ego a little bit, but ultimately, I'm not looking to have my ego stroked. I'm looking for somebody who is not only chasing God, but implementing the things that God tells us to implement in our life to become better people. You know, everything that God tells us, it will lead you to a path of success. It's not going to lead you to a path of destruction, right? Because you're following God. You have to trust that you are going to follow the steps he has outlined for your life once you come into agreement with him. You have to trust him. You can't, there's not one day where you be like, there's not a day where you be like, oh yeah, I trust God today. Tomorrow, like, absolutely not. I can't even get in that mindset to even go back on not trusting the one I believe in. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't even entertain those thoughts. So I hope you got something from my message today. You know, are you the one that got away, or are you the one that let them people get away? Who are you? I'm the one that got away for sure. I'll be like, dang, you coming back? What you want? Like, what's happening? Like, what do you want? It's a no for me, dog. I'm like that. Absolutely not. I told a guy the other day, I'm like, I'm not your speed, bro. I'm just not your speed. He's like, what's my speed? I said, narcissism. I said, you have the speed of a narcissist. He was like, wow. And completely didn't disagree with me. Completely went over to the next topic. It's like, oh my God. When you call a spirit by their name and they don't, when you call a spirit by a name and they don't overreact to it, or they don't check you about it, they have come into agreement with that spirit. So I must have hit it right on the head. The person talking about move back to Charlotte for me. Like, no, it'll never happen. Why would I move back to Charlotte for narcissists? That doesn't make any sense, but I want y'all to keep chasing God, man. Chase God, and the people gonna follow. You know how people be like, chase money, and the women follow? Like, chase God, and the people are gonna follow. People love people that are tuned into something, people that are locked into something, people with purpose, women and men. You'd be surprised. People who are on the path of purpose, and they want to be a part of that. Okay, so you can't let everybody have access to what you have going on. That destiny that God has for you, and I see some orbs. So I know I see these little things. I know I'm talking that real right now. The destiny that God has for you, you need to think about who you are going to allow to partake in it. Who are you going to allow to partake in the success that God has for you? Like, are you just going to let any old body stand next to you? Somebody that has talked crazy to you, cheated on you, lied to you, can't be trusted. You know, the first chance they get, they're going to tell somebody what you got going on. Like, are you going to let somebody like that stand next to you? Someone who's unsupportive, someone who can't even provide you with a little emotional support? Physical support? Like people who can't even verbally express their love or their appreciation for you. Is that somebody that you want to stand next to you? Somebody who wouldn't sacrifice for you? Somebody who is not trustworthy? Somebody with no vision? Somebody who is going to literally weigh you down your whole way to the top? Is that the person you want standing next to you? Or do you want a person that wants it as bad as you do? Be the one that got away, okay? I hope you got something from my message today. If you did, make sure you check out some of my other messages. And I'll see you in the next one. Janique here, Janique TV. Peace.